Hello, everyone. It's Greg Harrelson here with Century 21, the Harrelson Group, and I want to give you another real estate update of what's going on in Myrtle Beach. And one of the things that I'm speaking to a lot of property owners and even buyers themselves. I'm getting the question: are prices about to drop? Now, I will say to you that it doesn't look like prices are about to drop. But if I do give you an update, I will say that there have been some months this year that prices actually went down. There's been some months that prices have went up. As a matter of fact, if we look at the last month, we see that we actually saw a little bit of increase in prices. But if we look at the month prior to that, we saw a decrease in price. And what I'm seeing is it's kind of like going up and going down on a monthly basis. But if I take the last 12 months, we call that a rolling 12 months, we actually see that prices have been very stable. It's really hard to predict the future. As you know, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't really like to speculate. Yes, there are some indication. There's some key indicators that might indicate that the market could be softening a little bit, but there's just nothing out there that says that we're going to have a massive decline in price. So let me share with you some numbers, and then you can kind of determine for yourself, where you think the market is heading. Now, my job is just to give you information and make sure that you're informed. My commitment to the Myrtle Beach real estate market is that, and property owners in Horry County and Georgetown County, is that I want you to be some of the most informed property owners that there are in the marketplace, in hopes that that'll help you make good financial decisions in the area of your real estate holdings. So that's why I do these videos and share this information with you. But let me get into the numbers, because I don't want to keep you for too long. Some numbers that I look at, and I looked at most recently, is the list price to sales price ratio. So let me explain what this is. There's a ratio, we call it list price to sales price ratio, and that ratio gives us an indication of how much negotiations are going on. Like if somebody was to list a home for $500,000 and they were to sell it for $490,000, then you look at what percent did they actually eventually get compared to what their original asking price is. So that's their list price to final sales price ratio. In the residential market right now, the average price that a seller's getting after negotiation is 97.5% of their list price. For condos, it's 96.4. So you can see the condo market is having to negotiate a little bit more in order to get properties sold, which is not shocking, and it's because there's so much more inventory on the condo market. But right now, if we want to compare that to a couple years ago, homes were selling for over full price probably 3 years ago. So it was like 100% or a little bit over 100% list the price ratio. Right now, residential homes is 97.5 and condos is 96.4. So if you go on the market, just understand that there is a little bit of negotiation going on right now. The next thing I want to talk about is total pendings. Now, total pendings is the amount of properties that are currently in the MLS, but they're under contract. There's a contract on them. There's a meeting of the minds between the buyer and the seller. It's just going through the legal process so it can get to closing. Total pendings right now, from a residential standpoint, there's about 1,000, and last month there was 945. So last month there was 945 pendings. This month there's 1,000. So there is a slight little uptick. That's a good thing. On the condo market, there is 474 pendings right now on the market. And last month there was at the same time, but last month it was around 525. So there's been a little bit of a decrease in the number of condos that are pending this month over last month. Of course, next month, when I give you a report, it might be completely reversed. So again, when we look at it month to month, we have to be careful, because one thing can happen and it can sway the numbers quite a bit. But when we look at over a 12-month period, we see that the markets are kind of flat. That's where it is. Now, closed sales. Closed sales are the number of closings that happened in the last month. In the residential sector, there was 857 closings last month compared to the previous month, 974. So closings were down. this last month. But remember, pendings are up. So we know that the next month we're likely to see closings go up again. In the condo market for closed sales, there was 418 sales closed in the market compared to the month prior, 454. So a little bit down also. A few other numbers. Days on the market right now for residential homes, it's taken around 100 days to get a property sold. Condos, it's taken about 102 days to get a condo sold. So it's right around that 100-day mark in our market to get properties sold right now, which in the residential market, we have 3.7% months of supply. When we talk about month supply, I'd like to share with you what that means. That means if no other listings came on the market today, how many months would we go before we were out of supply? And so in the residential market, there's about 3.7 months supply, which does make it a seller's market. So it's still a seller's market according to month supply. Now the condo market, there's 6.3 month supply of condos. And that has increased every single month for the last 12 months. So from that standpoint, it's definitely not a seller's market. It's a little early to declare it a buyer's market, but we're kind of right at the cusp. It's kind of a neutral market right now. And so if you do own a condo and you're thinking about selling, it's going to be very, very important that we talk. I give you some good information, and the property has to be marketed. Right now, to get a property sold in a decent amount of time for a good price, it requires a lot of marketing of a property. The days of just putting a property on the market and it automatically selling, those days don't exist anymore. Hopefully they come back one day, but right now it's just not the case. Whether it's a home or whether it's a condo, the real estate agent definitely has to work hard to get properties sold. I'm even seeing a lot of properties fall off the market. They expire, meaning some people are hiring real estate agents to sell their property. After 6 months, the property's not sold, and then it falls off the market. In my case, I evaluate a lot of these properties that are falling off the market. If a property's not selling, it probably just needs to be marketed more aggressively. So just know that marketing is important right now. The last stat that I'm going to give you is something that a lot of people don't monitor, but I like to monitor, and that is how many showings in our MLS does it take to actually create a sale? And right now that number is increased. It used to be like 7 to 8. Now it's 10.7 showings. In other words, it takes more showings today to make a sale. So again, hence marketing. Marketing, the whole purpose of marketing is to create demand for a property. Creating demand means getting more showings. That's demand. And so I'm noticing that it's requiring more showings to get a property sold. So if now that I know that as a professional real estate agent, then my job is to make sure that we have a lot of showings on a property if I'm going to be attempting to get it sold for a property owner. So that's kind of the data of the Myrtle Beach market right now. Our price is about to drop. Look, again, there's really no indication that prices are going to drop. If we were going to speculate, there's a higher probability that prices could soften a little bit in the condo market. It looks like they're probably going to hold in the residential market. Interest rates are dropping right now. I saw even this morning, right before I started cutting this video, that interest rates are likely going to drop again, just slightly. So they're under 6.5. Probably around 6.3 at the moment that I'm actually recording this. So this changes everything every single day, but it's sure a lot better than 7.5, 7.8, or even 8%. So they are dropping, and it is stimulating some activity. So hopefully we'll see that activity turn into showings and contracts on the properties that are currently listed for sale. If there's anything that I can do for you, please just reach out. Again, I'm Greg Harrelson with Century 21, the Harrelson Group. I'd love to earn your business. Again, my commitment is to make sure I keep you informed. So whenever you do need any real estate services, you'll think of me. And for some reason, if you don't think of me and you have somebody else that you're working with, then I'm just hoping I can help you make better decisions. But again, please reach out to me if I can do anything for you. Greg Harrelson, Century 21, the Harrelson Group. Have a great day.